symbolize and negate the symbolize and negate some students are lazy. Some students are lazy. And all students are hardworking. Symbolize it and negate the given statement. The statement is some students are lazy and all students are hardworking. Here I am taking let P of X. X is a lazy student. Q of X. X is a hardworking. Student. Consider a Z as a set of lazy students. And Q be the set of hardworking students. The given proposition can be written as some students are lazy. There exists an X which belongs to Z, P of X. Some students are lazy. So there is a set of students which are lazy. In that, some students are lazy. P of X. Some students are lazy. There exists an X belongs to Z. X is a lazy student, some students are lazy. X is a lazy student. Now, and all students are, for all X belongs to Z, are hardworking, means Q of X. There exists an X belongs to Z, P of X, and for all X belongs to Q of X. Now we have to find the negation of the statement. So negation of there exists an X belongs to Z, P of X, and for all X belongs to Q, Q of X. So negation of A, P and Q. Negation of P and Q is negation of P or negation of Q. Negation of for all X belongs to Z, P of X, or negation of for all X belongs to Q, Q of X. So negation of P or negation of Q. Negation of P or negation of Q. So negation of this statement is negation of X belongs to Z, P of X. Negation of there exist is for all X belongs to Z, negation of P of X. Or negation of for all means there exists an X belongs to Q, negation of Q of X. So in words it can be written as all students are negation of P are not a lazy. Or some students there exist. Some students negation of Q are not a hardworking. if for all x belongs to z, negation of p of x, or there exists x belongs to x comma negation of q of x. All students are not a lazy, or some students are not a hardworking. So that is how to symbolize and negate the statement. So now I am moving to the next topic, that is logical implication. Logical implication involving a quantifiers. So logical implication involving the quantifiers means, consider a quantified statement P. A quantified statement P. Consider a quantified statement P is said to be logically equivalent. Is said to be logically equivalent. Logically imply a quantified statement. Imply a quantified statement Q if Q is true. Whenever P is true. Then we write P is logically implies Q. That means a quantified statement P is said to be a logically imply a quantified statement Q. That means if you want to say that P is logically imply a Q, then Q must be a true whenever P is true. So we write it in another form. If P1, P2, so on Pn are quantified statements. Quantified statements. Then and Q is a valid conclusion. Of the quantified statement. Or that we can write it as P1 and P2 and so on, and Pn logically implies Q. If it is simply implies Q, if you want to say that it is a valid argument, if Q is true whenever all P1, P2, Pn is true, we say that this is an valid argument only if P1, P2, so on and Pn is logically implies a Q. Means is a valid argument if Q is true. Q must be true only if all P1, P2, so on Pn are true. We say that this argument is valid only if Q is true. Q must be true whenever all P1, P2, so on Pn are true. So now I am taking an example based on these logical implication involving the quantifiers. So take down the example here. Prove that the following argument is valid. Prove that the following argument is valid. All business men pay taxes. Srinivas is a businessman. Therefore, Srinivas pay taxes. Prove that the following argument is valid. Here all the businessmen pay taxes means there is a set of businessmen I denote it as S. Let S denote the set of all business men paying a taxes. Paying a taxes. Here, a one P of X will be considered as X is a businessman. Here, in this set of businessmen, we are choosing a one person, that is Srinivas. I am taking it as a element. That element is belongs to in the set of businessmen. So that I am considering A as a Srinivas. Srinivas is a one element from that set only. So now I am write the given argument in symbolically for all X, all businessmen. For all X belongs to S, comma P of X. All businessmen pay taxes. For all X belongs to X, businessman is taken as a P of X. A one Srinivas is a businessman. Means a set of businessmen means A belongs to the businessman set S. Therefore, Srinivas pay a taxes. Therefore, Srinivas pay a taxes. Means P of A. So we have to prove this statement is valid. We know the rule of universal specification. If suppose for all X belongs to S, P of X is a true. For all X belongs to S, P of X is a true. And if A belongs to S, then P of A is true. Therefore, by the rule of universal specification, by the rule of universal specification, we say that the given statement is true, or given statement is valid. There is no need to prove anything. First I constructed the given statement in symbolically, but we can directly declare that here the given statement is valid because of the rule of universal specification. According to this rule, for all X belongs to X, P of X is a true, and also A belongs to S is a true, then automatically P of A is also true. That is the rule of universal specification. Now I am moving to the second example here. Find the validity of the following. Find the validity of the following. If a triangle has one of the angles equal to 90 degree, then it is a right angled. If a triangle is a right angled, then the square of one side is equal to the sum of square of the other two sides. If a triangle is a right angled, then the square of one side is equal to the sum of the square of other two sides. The square of one side is not equal to the equal to the sum of the other two side the square of one side is not equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Therefore, the triangle ABC do not have one of the angle as 90 degree. If a triangle has one of the angle equal to 90 degree, then it is a right angled. If a triangle is a right angled, then square of one side is equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides. The square of one side is not equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides. Therefore, the triangle ABC do not have one of the angle as 90 degree. Here the entire problem is depends on the triangles. So I will take a S as a, let S denote set of all triangles. Set of all triangles. First, a triangle has one of the angle x 20 degree, means P of x angle is 90 degree. Next one is right angle triangle. Q of x is a right angled. Square of one side is equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides, that will be R of x. X is the square of one side is equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides. Here the triangle ABC means already set of triangles will be there. In that we are considering a one particular triangle, that will be considered as a C. C is a triangle ABC. So here I am going to construct this given statement symbolically first. If a triangle has one of the angle equal to 90 degree, then it is a right angled triangle. For all x, P of x belongs to Q of x. If a right angle triangle, then a square of one side is equal to the square of other two sides. For all x, Q of x belongs to R of x. Means Q of x implies R of x. And the square of one side is not equal to the square of other two sides. Means negation of R of C. Square of one side is not equal to the sum of squares of other two sides. Negation of R of C. Therefore, the triangle ABC do not have one of the angle as a 90 degree. Means negation of P of C. So now we have to prove this. For all x, P of x implies Q of x. And for all x, Q of x implies R of x. And negation of R of C, that is equivalent to P implies Q, Q implies R is equivalent to P implies R. P of x implies R of X and negation of R of C. By the rule of universal specification, suppose if a C is belongs to the set S, then P of C implies R of C. P of C implies R of C and R of negation of R of C. P of C implies R of C and negation of R of C. That is by the rule of modus tollens. That is equal to negation of P of C by rule of modus tollens. Modus tollens. Modus tollens rule. So first we taken the given statement as it is. P implies Q, Q implies R is equivalent to P implies R. Rule of syllogism. Rule of syllogism. Suppose if C belongs to the set S, by the rule of universal specification, by the rule of universal specification, P of C implies R of C and negation of R of C. That the rule of modus tollens states that if P implies Q and negation of Q is equivalent to negation of P. That is the rule of modus tollens. That is the required proof. Therefore, the given statement is valid. Therefore, it is a valid argument. Therefore, it is a valid argument.